Hello there guys and welcome, it is Niren here, and today it is time for me to bring you the final episode of our Moto3 campaign here in MotoGP 15 career mode. Now, this isn't obviously going to be the last episode of this series, but it's going to be the last episode where we are in Moto3. After today, hopefully, we'll be moving up into Moto2. Hopefully we'll have done enough to impress the Moto2 teams, and we'll be able to move into that category. If I can just turn the volume down on TV. There we go. Right, anyway, also one thing I've got to say before we start is I've been having a few issues with my microphone. It's been crackling every now and again and being quite quiet. Now, if it does that again, then obviously I don't know what I'm going to do. But if it doesn't do that, then everything's sorted. But hopefully you don't hear that during this video whatsoever. Anyway, last time out, we came fourth in Motegi, so we were just off the podium. But in Australia, we actually won the race on the final straight, beating Danny Kent by probably about a tenth of a second, literally dragging him to the line. It was a wonderful race, it has to be said, and a wonderful climax. And speaking of climaxes, it's time for the climax of the season overall. First of all, we're at Sepang, which is a track that I'm sure a lot of you guys know very well from F1 games, and then Valencia, which is a track we've already ridden at back in episode 1 in our first ever episode as a wild card. We raced the final race of the season in that one. Nevertheless, it is time to then get into the first race of today's episode in Malaysia. Now then, 4th place is on the line for this one in terms of the championship. So, you know, we could actually take 4th in the championship. 3rd is basically off the cards unless there's some massive issues for the top riders. But 4th is definitely a possibility. I don't know if we're 4th going into this race, I can't actually remember. Genuinely hoping to take a good result here because it's a track that relies on top-end speed, and as I've said multiple times, the KTM is very good for that. Anyway, we're going to look at some bike development. We've got 2 data packs apparently. I don't know how we've ended up with 2. Alright, let's get 2 on the chassis then to make that level 2 chassis. The last episode I was told that the reason the rear wheel was bouncing up in the air was because I was using the front brake too much, but I've only been using the front brake the same amount that I've been using it all season, so I don't know if it's the bike development that has meant we're a bit top heavy in the brakes department, but my riding style hasn't changed over the episodes really in terms of braking. Nevertheless, the 4 lights are on then for the start of the Malaysian Grand Prix in Moto3, and they are now out and we are underway trying to get immediately in the slipstream of Ana Carrasco, but we'll breeze past her already through the middle of both Herrera and Carrasco, already up into 29th before we even get down into turn 1 as Danilo moving around all over the place. We have to lift off slightly and brake a tiny bit as well, making a bit of contact there with Minho down into turn 1. We got unsettled by a bit of contact, I think, from Tanucci. Behind, we've been lifted up there as well by Nicky Io severely, but we are up into 23rd place here after the first 2 corners, so pretty decent start. In front of us are Nicky Io, Juan-Fran Guevara, who liked my tweet twice, can I just say now. He's done it twice now, so that's just amazing. Anyway, he's lunging up the inside of his teammate Jorge Martin, but we're not going to make a move there. We're just going to stick in the slipstream of Io, potentially make a move around the outside here. There's a massive gaggle of about 7 riders in front of us. We've gone around the outside, though, of Guevara and of Nicky Io. Do we get the job done? Yes, we do. We go a little bit wide on exit, which might allow Guevara back up the inside, and it does. Bit of contact, but we should, with superior straight line speed, have the advantage down into this right-hand corner, and indeed we do. Can we get past Jorge Martin? Yes, just about. Bit of contact there, but just about making it through. We're going to try and get past Romano Fenati, who is currently sitting in 19th position. That's an awful first lap for the Italian Sky VR46 rider. We're going round the outside of Ono, being sat up twice there through the corner, and in turn we're going to go up the inside of Bagnaia too, flicking past the back end there of Philip Ertel as well, coming towards this long right-hander, and Bagnaia's trying to chuck it up the inside. He's forcing us out wide, which might allow the likes of Ono and Fenati through. It does. Fenati goes through. Bagnaia's pushed us out wide, and now we're going to have to try and get in the slipstream with our fellow KTM rider, Fenati, who's in the slipstream of Ertel. Can we make a double overtake down into the final corner? It looks as if we should be able to, maybe even a quadruple overtake. We're going to go for it there. We braked actually quite late. I wasn't actually thinking of making the move overall there as Livio, Loy and Ferrari just spoon us. Coming out the last corner, just like flipping pick us up and throw us almost through the last corner. Jesus, mother of Nazareth. Anyway, we just about survive absolute cataclysmic eventualities, just getting bullied about in this gaggle. We've got to get to the front of it because you can see a massive gap has developed in front of Livio Loy And we're going to just get out of the way, Fenati. Can we still get at the inside of Ferrari? Just about. Yes, we can. Fenati does hold on to it again. Can we go up the inside here of Ertl and Loy? We can get up the inside of Loy because he went wide on that RW racing bike. And, oh, God, bit of contact with Ertl. And again, this gaggle is really compromising us massively. The gap up the road to the rest of the field is massive now. Livio Loy's trying to get past again. Just all of you, go away. Right, I've got the inside of Ertl. Hopefully that is enough, though. We've gone massively wide, and we somehow don't get a penalty for it. We are going to have a massive job on to catch any of these guys. And I'm not just talking... I mean, I know they're quite close. From 13th onwards, they are actually quite close to each other, which is one thing that may save us. But that massive battle with the guys behind us has really not helped us. There's a large amount of riders in a short proximity here from Locatelli and McPhee onwards, so at least we don't have to worry about catching them particularly, but it's actually the amount of time it's taken to catch these two. We're going up the inside though of Locatelli and McPhee now, so that's 2 more positions gained. That's 12 positions. We go wide there. We might actually lose these back again here unless we can hang it around the outside of McPhee, and we can't. Locatelli and McPhee both go through, but we get the switch back on Locatelli at least, and we'll get the slipstream on McPhee, and we should be easily able to get past him down into the final corner, which gives us 2 laps now to see how many other positions we can gain. Vazquez as well is not helping our cause because he's having a stonker of a race up in 3rd at the moment in front of his teammate Danny Kent, though we are slipstreaming Antonelli, and we've easily got that job done before we even get into turn 1. Fastest lap of the race, which is quite nice to see. If we can dispatch all 3 of these guys down this straight and down into the hairpin, we're in a decent position. I think we may be able to do that. We're in the slipstream of our teammate Brad Binder here, going to get out the slipstream, go up the inside of the 2 Hondas there of Masbu and Bastianini, and that is job done. Down into the hairpin. Do we get it stopped? Yes, we do, and just about in front of those 3. Right. So we're going to be 8th place going on to the final lap of the race. We are definitely not getting higher than 5th. Absolutely not getting higher than 5th. Right, we're right with Navarro and Vinales. We've just got to make sure that we don't make a hash of any of these moves. Just make clean moves up the inside of people, and then that's just job done. As Navarro goes up the inside of Vinales, we get a much tighter exit there, and we're now around the outside of Vinales. Pushed slightly wide, though, so we're not going to make a move there. We get some sort of switchback or a better exit. Well, we can, but Vinales blocks us off. So we're going to try and get at the inside of the Husqvarna here, down through this left-hander. Will that be job done? Yep, it's a nice block pass. Bit of contact on Navarro as Haneke looks behind him as well. Now, we've just got this straight to see if we can make a move on the 2 in front of us. We get a pretty poor exit, actually. Maybe we should have lunged at them. Yeah, I think we should have done, because look at the gap that they've now extended over us. This could be disastrous. This could be 7th at best. We've got Vinales going up the inside of us as well. So unless we, I mean, well, we're not going to make a move there, surely. Surely that is just not going to happen. And Vinales has gone past us as well. We got a better exit, though, out of the corner than Vinales. We push him out wide. It's not clean, but it is at least 7th place. Vazquez only comes 3rd, so it's not the worst thing that could have happened, but, ah, man, poor result. It's because we got such a poor exit going on to the final straight. And for some reason, even though it hasn't happened at all this race, we haven't had an exit that bad this entire race. And when it really mattered, we fluffed it completely going on to the back straight. But Danny Kent won the race from Oliveira, then Vazquez who comes 3rd, which is not great for us. That's 3 bikes between ourselves and him. Then Quatararo, Haneke, Navarro, then ourselves. Then it was Isaac Vinales who almost beat us down into the final corner. Brad Binder, Bastianini, then Masbu, Locatelli, Antonelli, McPhee and Fenati, unsurprisingly. And there you can see the rest. No retirements again. Oh, no, Kyrudin, of course. The man at his home Grand Prix is the only guy that retires, of course. As you can see, no, we were behind Vazquez going into today's race, and we are now fully behind. 23 points. Disappointing result then in the end. We could have done more. I can't remember really how the point system works. I think we would have only got an extra 5 points had we come 5th, so I don't think it really mattered. I think just the fact that Vazquez beat us meant that it was basically going to be impossible going into Valencia to beat him. And as you can see, it is literally between Quatararo and Kent for the title. Because Quatararo only came 4th, I can't even remember where Kent came actually for that race. I think Kent won, and Quatararo only came 4th. There's only 6 points separating them. Quatararo is on the brink of bottling it here. But we're back to Europe for the finale of this Moto3 season, round number 18. We are going to get into this one and hope that we at least end with a win. That's my main objective. End with a podium would be nice, but to end with a win that would be, you know, that's what we're really aiming for here, even if it doesn't get us fourth in the championship. Right then, so this is it, the final round of the season. We've got a headwind going down the front straight, which is not ideal. But it's very cloudy, very overcast here at Valencia for the final round of our Moto3 season. We've got to hope for a miracle in terms of getting fourth in the championship, especially at Vazquez's one of his home Grand Prix. But you never know. You never know whatsoever. Quatararo looking to end on a high and obviously win the championship. He's starting on pole, so he's got the edge on Kent already. I've accidentally skipped the grid. Nevertheless, we're in the same position as always. We're 34th out of 34 on the grid for this 6-lap race here at Valencia. The final round of the season. We are underway and it's a good start already. Trying to get past Kaytranada there through the middle of Rodrigo and Herrera down towards turn 1, but we get hit by Rodrigo now, going past Danilo, Darren Binder, Tonucci, and also hopefully Ana Carrasco down into turn 1. Manzi's quite slow as well, so we're going to lunge up the inside of the San Carlo bike, and through we go. 26th position after the first corner. Jorge Martin is next. Remy Gardner and Cornfile are there as well. We go past all three of them. And now the inside of Matteo Ferrari, hopefully as well, through this mid-speed left-hander. We go through the inside of him up into 22nd position. It's just all about gaining positions here. Hiroki Ono in front of us, so pretty poor qualifying for him. He'll be looking to end with points today. We're going past him, though, making some aggressive moves, it has to be said. Past Juanfran Guevara as well. Now Ertel and Io, two men who really tried to ruin our race last time at Malaysia. They are next up. We're going to try and make a clean move on them because we haven't made too many clean moves all race so far, but we're going to try and make a clean move on them. Surprised not the inside into this left-hander. No, Ertel shuts the door. If it was only Io, we probably would have made that move stick, but Ertel was going up the inside of the Finnish rider as well. Past Io, though, we are going now. And can we make any more movements around the outside there of Ertel as Loy gets up onto a front wheel as he gets clipped by Andrea Migno. No harm done, though. Now, this is a track where quite a lot of the AI do tend to crash, so we'll have to see what happens here through this right-hander. Nothing going on there. No, we all survive it by the looks of things. Livio Loy then on the RW Racing bike. He's the next to be dispatched, the Belgian. We've got the inside of him and Migno down into the final corner. So the end of lap 1, we're going to be 16th position. That is a pretty decent first lap. And also in the slipstream here of Romano Fanati, Kent has taken the lead in this race, and it's Quatararo in second. So it is literally a straight fight between those guys for the top 2 positions. And next up for us to pass is Bagnaia and McPhee. Easy work, light work down into this hairpin, or do we keep it stuck? Yes, we do. Bagnaia tries to get back through. Bit of contact, which unsettles the bike, but we do just about hold on to the position. Just focus on getting a good run out the corner, which we do. Though both the Grassini bikes are compromised because they're battling with each other. Bastianini trying to get past Locatelli, going to try and go around the outside of both of them here. Can we do that? Locatelli's looking at Antonelli, and they're 3 abreast through there. That's just not how it's meant to be whatsoever, but still, we go past Enea, the Beast, and then it's Binder who's leaning on Locatelli at the moment. We're going to try and go past Antonelli here. Sorry, Locatelli there closes off slightly, which doesn't help us too much. But still, what can we do now down into this right-hander? Binder and Locatelli leaning on each other. Locatelli gets out of shape. We're going to go around the outside of him and potentially make a move up the inside of Binder down into the final corner. Our teammate, can we do that? Yes, we can, by the looks of things. Just about get it stopped. Binder thinks about a move up the inside. Bit of contact, but we do just hold on to the position. Down into turn 2 we go. We hold on in front of Binder for now, who kamikazes his way up the inside and takes us down. Are you actually taking the piss? Brad, what are you thinking of, my friend? What are you actually thinking of? And, oh, for goodness sake, what an absolute Egypt. And now we've got a penalty. Can we flash back at all? Yes, we can. Oh, Jesus, we can't even... Can we lift off a little bit? We can. So we get slightly less penalty this time. For goodness... Darren, right, Brad Binder's going down. I don't even care. I actually don't care anymore. He's given us a 6/10th penalty. I actually don't care whatsoever. Just get out of my way. Get out of my way. Still 3 and a bit laps to go, and we're right on the back of Alexei Masbu. You know what, I hope Brad Binder falls off, or at least breaks down. Genuinely, I do. Anyway, we're going past Masbu there, and we've got to dispatch all 3 of these guys, which you never know, we may actually do, down into turn 1. Quatararo, though, is leading from Vazquez, Kent, and Oliveira. Nice of Vazquez to actually turn up this season right at the end, whilst we're trying to battle him. Anyway, we've gone past those 3 riders, gone a little bit wide on exit, but I think we'll hold on. We'll go defensive this time so that no one can absolutely bullet their way up the inside, shall we? Because that was rather annoying. Oh, my prayers have been answered. Brad Binder's fallen off. I can't believe that's actually happened. Brad Binder's genuinely fallen off. Well, there you go. Karma does come back around. Anyway, we're right with them at the end of, towards the end of this lap. If we could be ahead of them, really, by, you know, by this point, that'd be great. But as Kent gets a little bit out of shape, Oliveira and Vazquez are right in front of us. Can we get perhaps past them down into the final corner so that we can start looking at Kent and Quatararo? We can. A bit of a last-ditch manoeuvre on Oliveira, and we're now alongside Vazquez. Can we get in the slipstream here, though, of Kent? We can do on his Leopard bike. And across the line, we're in 4th place onto the final lap. But let's not forget, we've not got to just win the race. We've got to win the race by 6/10 as well if we want to do the job here, as Vazquez runs into the back of Quatararo, perhaps trying to do a job for his teammate here. Anyway, we've certainly got to make a move on one, if not all 3 of these guys down into this hairpin, and we do! Quatararo goes down, though! Oh, my word! We've taken Quatararo out. I can't believe this. I'm actually so sorry, Fabio. It is a shame. Perhaps we can feel as if in the end, Brad, you know, we need karma now as well, because Binder got karma. And but anyway, I mean, what the karma would be if we don't win the race, obviously. But of course, for Quatararo, it's more than that. Now, what I will say is Kent is in 4th, and Quatararo is actually, I think, despite the crash, only in 5th place. So actually, still, despite taking Quatararo down, I'm actually fairly confident he'd actually still win the championship right now. Yeah, that is Quatararo. That's not Navarro, because they were the group that Navarro was in were inseparable by the hip. So Quatararo is actually still in 5th place. And as it stands, unless Kent takes 2nd here, which he's not, because Vazquez is in 2nd, Quatararo is still going to win the championship here. Anyway, we've now got to focus on doing the best few final corners that we've ever done, because at the moment we've definitely not got a 6/10 gap back to everyone else. So we're going to lunge it into the final corner here, and we do. We go a bit wide on exit, but hopefully it's not by enough. Oh, that looks like 7/10 to me. That looks like 7/10 to me. Kent's going to come 3rd, isn't he? Is that enough for him to win the championship? I think we've won the race. I genuinely think we had enough time there in hand. We did. However, now how many points does Kent get? He gets 16, doesn't he? I think, despite the fact that we took Quatararo out, I think Quatararo wins by 1 point. Genuinely, I think to be fair, I don't know if that has I don't think that's taken into account the penalty. And if it hasn't, then Vazquez has won the race. I don't personally think we've won that race, because I don't think we had 1.1 seconds in hand. Correct me if I'm wrong. Nevertheless, if it is with the penalty being applied, we have won the final race of the season. A very, an incredible last lap in the end. Vazquez comes 2nd, Kent 3rd, Oliveira 4th, then Quatararo 5th. If Vazquez had let his teammate go through, Kent would have won the championship. I think, anyway. Nevertheless, Haneke is 6th, then it's Navarro 7th from Viñales, Bastianini, Masbu, Locatelli, Antonelli, Fenati, McPhee, and Brad Binder way down in 15th after, of course, he fell off earlier on in the race. Any retirements? Yes, 2. Kairu Dean, again, DNFs for the 2nd time in this episode, so he didn't finish a single race this episode. And Andrea Migno on the VR46 KTM, he also retired. And Quatararo did win it. My maths were correct. My maths was correct, even. He won the championship by 1 point from Danny Kent. How heartbreaking is that for the British rider? Oh, my word. Oliveira comes a solid 3rd. Crashes, really, the bane of his existence throughout the season. At Mugello and at the Saxon Ring, and I think somewhere else as well, actually. But yeah, Quatararo wins the Moto3 Championship by 1 point from Kent. Oliveira, Vazquez, ourselves, very solid first season for us. We take 5th place with Navarro 6th on the Estrella Galicia bike. He beats Brad Binder. It could have gone the other way, but Binder fell off in that race at Valencia. Haneke is 8th from Isaac Viñales and Masbu. Then it's Bastianini, Antonelli, McPhee, Fenati and Locatelli, with Ono and Bagnaia still the only other people to score points throughout the season. And in terms of the Constructors' Championship at the end, it's Honda who come out on top. So as you can see, at the 18th race of the season, the final round of the season, Fabio Quatararo becomes world champion with 332 points to Danny Kent's 331. And to be honest, I have no idea where we've come, because the graphic says 2nd, but my guy is celebrating as if he's come 1st. Shall we just say that he came 1st? Well, let's just say for the sake of argument he came 1st. We'll have a look at the standings when we get back to the pits. As you can see, both Leopard riders there chatting amongst themselves. Kent probably quite annoyed that Vazquez didn't just let him go through. So then it's post-race here at Valencia. I'm guessing we're now going to choose what squad we're riding for next season. It's definitely not going to be a Moto3 team, but as you can see, there's not really much choice, in all honesty. We've got Team DeWalt Moto2, and we've got Speed Up Racing, and we've also got, in fact, that's it. That's actually it. Yeah, it's going to be Speed Up, which would mean we're actually completing an all-British team alongside Sam Lowe's, which would be quite nice. It's a very good bike. It's the Speed Up. We're not obviously going to sign for Estrada Galicia. We're not going to sign for VR46. So the only option really here is Speed Up Racing. So we're going to sign with them and be the teammate of Sam Lowe's. So we are moving up in the world. We are moving from Moto3 to Moto2. And as you can see, in the end, Jorge Lorenzo won the MotoGP Championship by 1 point. Tito Rabat won in the end quite comfortably in front of Zarco and Lowe's in comparison to the other championships anyway. So that then is going to round off today's episode. You've seen me sign for a new team, and you'll see the start of the Moto2 season next time out. I know it says that we're still technically riding in Moto3 for Red Bull KTM IO, but next time that will change. The graphic says we came first at Valencia, so we do come in the end 5th in the championship with 3 wins, which is not too bad at all. If you did enjoy that video though, feel free to hit the likes button, subscribe if you're new around here as well, and comment about enjoying the video if you enjoyed it that much. Nevertheless, it has been a pleasure ranting at you guys today. Have a good day, enjoy yourselves, and goodbye.